Hi, Good Shepherd. Welcome to this Music Minute. It's John Jar, and I'm here in my living room where I've been for about the last 10 weeks or so. Uh, and today we're going to talk a little bit about singing. And I thought since I'm here in my living room, maybe it's time to take a little tour. So behind me, you will see these framed Etude magazines. Etude was a music magazine that was published many, many years ago. These are all from the 1930s. They had lovely artwork on their covers, and so I was able to put the whole magazine inside these frames, and so the magazine exists in there undisturbed. I just like seeing them as I walk in the room. Um, this is my piano. This is my baby. It's a 6'10" Kawai. Kawai is a Japanese piano manufacturer. I've had it since 2003, and it's a piano from the 1980s. I bought it on consignment. Um, this is my dining room, which you've probably seen in the distance. Um, this is Rocky, who's usually never more than about 2 feet away from me. So people have pointed out some changes they've seen. Yes, I have drapes on the windows now. That's something that's happened during the pandemic. And I was also able to find some really lovely fabric online. And so I was able to recover my rather worn cushions on my dining room chairs. And then, of course, what home is complete without a whole wall of hymnals? I can be a bit of a geek sometimes when it comes to hymnals. These are all hymnals that I've collected over time. And I just want to show you a few. This one is the 1958 service book and hymnal. And this is the first hymnal I played out of when I was very young in my hometown of Hitterdal, Minnesota. The church still had the service book and hymnal. And so I learned liturgy and hymns out of this hymnal first. And then later on, and it was a while, they were not early adopters, but eventually we got the green service book, or the green LBW, Lutheran Book of Worship. And I feel like I just really grew up with this book. It's a good old friend. Our current hymnal, that's been out now for 14 years, believe it or not, is the ELW, the Evangelical Lutheran Worship. This is the hymnal that we have in our pews at Good Shepherd, and that it forms the basis for worship there. So here's the deal. We don't know when we're coming back together in person. Those decisions have not been made yet, and we're still trying to make wise choices. But when we do come back together in person, we're not sure if we're going to be able to sing together. And the reason being, the information that we're getting now is that when we sing, aerosol is expelled, and that can contribute to spreading the virus. And so group singing and congregational singing and choirs and everything might have to take a break for a while until we can come up with some new information about that. So if we can't sing together in worship, we need to keep singing in our homes. So we want to make that possible for you. The first thing that we're going to do is, you'll notice in the comments, we'll have a link to the Augsburg Fortress website where you can order your own hymnal to have. You might want to have one on hand anyway, because they are a marvelous devotional resource. All of the Psalms are in here. There are prayers. There are orders of worship for morning and evening prayer and prayer before bedtime. And it's nice to page through there and just remember some of your favorite hymns. So if you want to order one that you can just have and keep, and maybe even carry with you back and forth to worship when the time is right, that is definitely a possibility. And if you would rather not purchase your own, we want to lend you one. We're not using the ones in the sanctuary right now anyway. And so if you would like to check one out, we'll pretend like it's a lending library. There is a sheet in the narthex, and there's even a table there. I put about 20 or 30 hymnals on the table. If you'd like to go check one out, Just sign your name, and then we do want it back eventually because this is not forever. But we would like you to have a hymnal at home so that when we have worship or when we have music minutes and you'd like to sing along, that makes it so much easier. So our hymn today is one that I have found really powerful and meaningful. It's hymn number 808, Lord Jesus, You Shall Be My Song as I Journey. Now, partially I'm using this one today because of the about singing, the parts of the hymn that are about singing. And we are on a journey together, aren't we? Even though for me, it's not taking me very far from my home. And for a lot of us, it's not taking us very far from our homes. We are definitely walking this together. Hymn number 808, Lord Jesus, You Shall Be My Song. Lord Jesus, you shall be my song as I journey. I'll tell everybody about you wherever I go. You alone are life and our peace and our love. Lord Jesus, you shall be my song as I journey. Lord Jesus, I'll praise you as long as I journey. May all of my joy be a faithful reflection of you. May the earth and the sea and the sky join my song. Lord Jesus, I'll praise you as long as I journey. As long as I live, Jesus, make me your servant, to carry your cross and to share all your burdens and tears. For you save me by giving your body and blood. As long as I live, Jesus, make me your servant. I fear in the dark and the doubt of my journey, but courage will come with the sound of your steps by my side, and with all of the family you saved by your love, we'll sing to the dawn and the end of our journey. Blessings to you all, and blessings along your journey.